Be that motherfucker, not the one who talks big and disappears when it's time to work, not the one who waits for permission, approval, or perfect conditions. Be the one who shows up when it's uncomfortable, when it's lonely, when it's painful, when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. Be the one whose name is mentioned when people talk about discipline, consistency, and results. The world doesn't respect excuses. It respects execution. It respects effort. It respects the person who keeps moving forward while everyone else is complaining, scrolling, doubting, and quitting. Be that motherfucker who refuses to blend in, who refuses to be average, who refuses to live a small life just because it feels safer. Everyone wants confidence, but confidence is earned. It's built by doing hard things repeatedly. It's built by keeping promises to yourself when it would be easier to break them. It's built by standing up on days when your body is tired and your mind is screaming for comfort. Be that motherfucker who does it anyway. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is a lie. Ready never comes. Winners move first and adjust later. They don't wait for motivation. They create it through action. They don't wait for belief. Belief follows effort. Be that who understands that fear is not a stop sign, it's a signal that growth is nearby. Most people are weak because they choose easy too often, easy mornings, easy choices, easy excuses, and then they wonder why their life feels heavy. Strength is built by resistance, discipline is built by discomfort, respect is built by consistency. Be that motherfucker who chooses the hard path on purpose because you know it leads somewhere worth going. You don't need to be louder than everyone else. You need to be more disciplined. You don't need to announce your goals. You need to execute in silence. Let people underestimate you. Let them doubt you. Let them sleep on you. Nothing is more dangerous than a focused person with nothing to prove and everything to build. Be that motherfucker who outworks talent, who outlasts motivation, who stays locked in while others get distracted, who shows up early, stays late, and does the work nobody wants to do. Because at the end of the day, results don't lie, excuses do. There will be days when you feel broken, days when progress feels slow, days when quitting feels logical. Those are the days that define you. Anyone can work when they feel good. Anyone can push when they're inspired. Be that motherfucker who pushes when it hurts, when it's boring, when it feels pointless. That's where separation happens. Stop comparing yourself to people who aren't even running your race. Stop seeking validation from people who don't live the life you want. Stop lowering your standards to fit in with people who are comfortable being average. Be that motherfucker who raises the bar just by how you live. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need approval to be disciplined. You don't need understanding to be consistent. You only need a decision, a ruthless decision that your future matters more than your comfort, that your goals matter more than your excuses, that your potential matters more than your fear. Be that motherfucker who wakes up and attacks the day instead of surviving it, who treats every workout, every task, every challenge like a vote for the person they are becoming, who understands that greatness is built in boring routines done relentlessly over time. People will call you obsessed. Good. Obsession beats regret. They'll say you've changed. Good. Growth requires change. They'll say you're doing too much. Good. Too much is better than not enough when you're chasing something meaningful. At some point, you have to stop asking if you can do it and start proving that you will. Stop waiting for life to be easier. Stop waiting for confidence to magically appear. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Be that motherfucker who believes first and lets results follow. When it's all said and done, you don't want to look back wishing you tried harder, pushed more, stayed disciplined longer. You want to look back knowing you gave it everything, knowing you didn't quit on yourself, knowing you became the person you needed to become to earn the life you wanted. So be relentless, be disciplined, be focused, be uncomfortable, be unstoppable. Be that motherfucker who understands that nobody is coming to save you. No mentor is going to knock on your door and hand you discipline. No perfect opportunity is going to appear and remove the struggle. No magical moment is coming where everything suddenly feels easy. The only thing coming is more pressure, more responsibility, and more moments where quitting feels justified. Be that motherfucker who is ready for it. Most people fold when life applies pressure. They complain, they blame, they look for shortcuts, They look for sympathy, but pressure is a privilege. Pressure means you're being tested. Pressure means you're being shaped. Pressure means life is asking if you can handle more. Be that motherfucker who answers yes without saying a word and proves it with action. Stop romanticizing comfort. Comfort has never built anything worth respecting. Comfort makes you slow. Comfort makes you soft. Comfort makes you forget what you're capable of. Growth lives in discomfort. Power lives in discipline. Confidence lives on the other side of pain. Be that motherfucker who chooses growth even when comfort is screaming your name. There are going to be days when your body is tired, your mind is cloudy, and your energy feels empty. Those are not rest days unless you've earned them. Those are discipline days. Those are the days where you separate yourself from the average. Anyone can show up when they feel strong. Be that motherfucker who shows up when they feel weak. Stop telling yourself you'll go all in later. Later is a lie. Lazy minds tell themselves to avoid responsibility. Later never comes. All you ever have is now. This moment, this decision, this action. Be that motherfucker who goes all in now. Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, even if it scares you. You're not behind because you lack ability. You're behind because you've been too patient with your excuses, too gentle with your discipline, too comfortable with your potential staying unused. Be that motherfucker who gets tired of their own bullshit and decides that today is the day things change. No one sees the silent battles, the early mornings, the lonely nights, the sacrifices, the self-doubt, the moments you had to drag yourself forward. That's fine. You're not doing this for applause. You're doing this for self-respect. Be that motherfucker who knows their worth without needing the world to confirm it. People will misunderstand you. They'll question your intensity. They'll say you're doing too much, taking it too seriously, acting different. Let them talk. You didn't come this far to fit in. You came this far to become something dangerous to mediocrity. Be that motherfucker who doesn't explain themselves to people who aren't disciplined enough to understand. Every day is a vote for strength or weakness, a vote for growth or stagnation, a vote for the future you want or the life you're trying to escape. Be that motherfucker who casts the right vote even when it costs you comfort. There will be moments when you fail, when you fall short, when you mess up. That's part of the process. Failure doesn't define you. Quitting does. Learn, adjust, move forward. Be that motherfucker who refuses to stay down. Stop waiting for the world to recognize you. Recognition follows results. Respect follows consistency. Confidence follows discipline. Put your head down and work. Stack days, stack habits, stack wins. Be that motherfucker who builds quietly and lets the results speak violently. One day, people will ask how you did it. They'll ask where the confidence came from, where the discipline came from, where the strength came from, and you'll know the truth. It came from the days you didn't want to do it and did it anyway. It came from the moments you chose pain over comfort. It came from refusing to be average. So don't ease up now. Don't slow down because it's hard. Don't lower your standards because others can't keep up. This is the part where most people break. Be that motherfucker who doesn't. Be relentless when it's boring. Be disciplined when it's hard. Be focused when it's chaotic. Be calm when it's heavy. Be dangerous when it's time to execute. No excuses, no apologies, no limits. Be that motherfucker